Okay, so I just wanted to show you the engine for my 94 Ford Ranger and talk about what I'm going to be doing. Well, I think first we're going to do the transmission fluid. So I pulled that out and it looks like that. So that's not fantastic, and it seems to be leaking a little bit on the bottom. So we're going to fix that. We're going to put in a new pan and a new gasket and new filter and some additive. Also, we're going to be doing the coolant because that's gross, and it was pretty rusty and kind of chunky, and also I don't know if you can see in there, but it is empty, like this overflow, and the guy that sold it to me said he hasn't had any problems with heating, and so far I haven't either, but it's still, that's a problem. And we're going to be doing the spark plugs and wires, which are back there. It's probably going to be tomorrow. Yeah, so let me show you what it sounds like. Whoops, need the key. So it's not too bad. There's my little bobblehead. He didn't do this in the Prius. Started the Prius and it didn't. He just sat there. So he enjoys the truck. Let you hear it when I give it some gas. I don't know if you can hear, sometimes there's like kind of a click noise, like a clinky grinding noise. It's real quick, but it's still whirring. It just went there. You heard it. Well, maybe you heard it. That's what it sounds like. And there's my leaky pan. It's my leaky transmission pan. And up there, that you can't see, is where the coolant, that little knob there. We're gonna undo that and drain the coolant or water or whatever's in there. And yeah, that's today's adventure. So tools you're gonna need, paper towels, because it's just messy as, and drain pan, some kind of oil pan. You're gonna need a ratchet set. I think it's 3/4 inch. You're also gonna need, for this, you need the new pan. And I got a pan with a drain in the bottom, so that it's easier next time. And you're gonna need the new filter in the bag, and the new gasket. And your O-rings. This is all, it comes as a set. And also a nice pan to put all your bits, because you don't want to lose them. Oh yeah, funnel and fluids inside the house. So you need a, probably for the Ford Ranger, I think I'm gonna get probably 5 quarts, maybe 6 quarts of transmission fluid. So I got kind of double that just in case, and so I can do it next time, because you can only get half of what your vehicle hauls out at a time. The rest is all in the transmission. Okay, so I'm not going to film while I'm doing this, but you see how gross that is. It's leaking pretty bad. My guess is that he replaced the transmission fluid, but he didn't put on a new gasket. So that probably means it's just leaking, and it's just around the transmission pan here. So I'm pretty sure that's all this is. Anyway, see all those bolts? There are like 15 of them, 20 of them, I don't know. Good news is I finally got that off. So up there you can see transmission, all the bits of the transmission. It's a transmission in there. It's all dripping. It came off like it was stuck up there really good. And so when it finally did come all pouring down, I made a giant mess. But it's off. Yay! The gasket's still up there. You see that that bit right there? That's the gasket, and it looks like somebody did something weird there, kind of nailed it in place or something. Here's the transmission fluid pan, and you can see here the consistency is okay all the way through. It's not terrible. It smells bad. This is a magnet over here, and this is what comes factory installed. And you see this fluid hasn't been changed in a really long time. That's a lot of little metal filings. This is actually really good from what I've seen on the internet, because if you look at that, there aren't any large pieces. There's nothing really going on there except what, you know, normal wear and tear. So when we what's up that? What the hell is that? Those are those bits that came out of the gasket. That's what, they're not nails, they're just weird little bits. Yeah, so that gasket was just, ugh. That gasket was done for. This transmission fluid probably hasn't been replaced ever, but there's nothing big in here. It's nothing to worry about, and I'm gonna just take that magnet out and put it in the new pan. Check this out. So I washed off that magnet just with the hose to start with, and with the transmission fluid and everything, it's like metal paint. It's so fine. Like, the metal pieces in here are ridiculously tiny. That is really good news. So the next steps are figuring out whether I need a short bolt or a long bolt. Probably need a short bolt. So here's gaskets, and they go around this bit and that bit, little babies. And so this is our filter. And you see inside it's just kind of filtery stuff. And here's our gasket, and here's our pan. My lawnmower guy was here, Bobby, and I just need to shake that out. Still a mess over there, and I've put the new filter in, the old filter. I want to show you. You see that hole there? That filter hole shouldn't be there. And this is the gasket, and that's probably why it was leaking, because that is coming apart. So, new gasket, and I stuck some of the bolts in here to hold it in place while I put it on. Yep, I made a mess, but that'll be alright. That thing in the background that you hear, we're having a block party. Alright, so pan's in. Just something to show you. This is my new pan. And it's got a drain in the bottom, so you just undo that bolt there and transmission fluid will pour out in a nice neat fashion, and then you can take the pan out and clean out the interior of any metal shavings without pouring transmission fluid all over yourself. Yeah, I have transmission fluid in my hair as well as leaves. The next step is going to be filling her back up. So to do that, I should find out whether I have to pour transmission fluid. No. There's got to be a spot for it. It shouldn't have to go down the dipstick, right? You do add it directly through the dipstick. That's weird. This in here right now that's sitting there is this Lucas Stop Fix. It's like molasses.